What up, boxing fans? Deadliest Art here with another boxing video, as I promised. Damn. All I want to say is that it seems that the Floyd Mayweather versus Robert Guerrero fight coming up on May 4th has reached new heights. I mean, it broke through the glass ceiling, the proverbial glass ceiling. If you guys have been paying attention to what's been happening in the sport outside of the ring, Andre Ward was recently asked a question about who he would think would win out of Guerrero and Mayweather. Instead of Andre Ward being the neutral party, seeing that he has once trained in the Mayweather gym, I'm not sure if he still does, and his friend Robert Guerrero, instead of remaining neutral and giving a neutral response, something along the lines of like, I hope both men have a great fight, and may the better man win. He goes and sides with Guerrero. That's not something you do, especially if you're a boxer who's on the incline to success. Andre Ward's coming off big wins, the Super Six, Chad Dawson, possibly a Bernard Hopkins fight looming sometime in the near future. And you have this guy pretty much burning bridges behind him by siding with Guerrero. Not saying that there's anything necessarily wrong with that, but you kind of want to make the correct moves in the sport, and pick your battles, so to speak. And I guess what Andre Ward had to say in terms of who's going to win that fight didn't sit well with Mayweather. So I'm on my regular site that I usually visit, fighthype.com. Good site. If y'all don't check it out, please do. And the question that came up was, I take it you probably heard that Andre Ward said even though he's a Mayweather fan, he'll be rooting for Guerrero because they're friends and came up in the Bay Area. And here's Mayweather's response. I mean, it's okay. If I remember correctly, I sold out an arena in the Bay Area maybe 12 or 13 years ago. Listen, I don't know how many people exactly live in Oakland, but I love the fans in Oakland. Not knocking Andre Ward, but he can't sell tickets nowhere. He can't sell tickets in Las Vegas. This is the only guy I know that's a gold medalist, but don't nobody know he's got a gold medalist. He's a gold medalist, excuse me. He's a gold medalist, but he's making money like he don't even got a medal. Like I said before, Andre Ward, he's a good fighter, but who knows him? If you're not in Oakland, you don't even know who he is. He's getting older and the time is ticking. So I mean, when is he going to ever leave Oakland and put asses in the seats in the boxing world? And put asses in the seats somewhere else, excuse me. There's a difference when you say, quote, Andre Ward, unquote. The only people that know him are in the boxing world. Floyd Mayweather is a worldwide celebrity, a worldwide mogul. You got fighters. Sometimes they speak on certain situations where the thing is like I always tell you before, when you're a fighter getting $1 million fighter like Andre Ward, if anything, you need to come to my camp so you can learn the blueprint on how to sell out arenas worldwide. I got the blueprint on how to sell out arenas worldwide. We know Adrian Broner is more known than Andre Ward. He don't even got an amateur background. He's got a gold medal. Let me get it, and I'll melt it down and get a medallion made. I don't even know where to start. It's obvious Mayweather is very, very hurt by Andre Ward's comments involving the fight. As I said, Guerrero and Andre Ward grew up in the Bay Area, Oakland, California. And I guess Mayweather assumed that Andre Ward would have easily just jumped the bandwagon and became a hardcore Mayweather fan, been like, oh yeah, Mayweather's gonna beat his ass, whoop-de-whoop. So Mayweather being Mayweather, just came back with this old money talk where if you ain't making no money, then my name don't even need to be in your mouth, that type of situation going on here. But, you know, I believe if Mayweather wanted to, if he wanted the people, not just the casual boxing base, but the hardcore boxing base, if he wanted to relinquish some of those haters that he has on his back, I don't believe he shouldn't have went on this tirade about how Andre Ward isn't making money. I mean, isn't making money. You know, he doesn't fight anywhere else outside of Oakland. You know, which is true. I have a video I had put up about Andre Ward being, I believe, incredibly overrated. You know, I wouldn't go as far as to call him a bum, but he does have some bum qualities. For one, being, I just mentioned it, the aforementioned, fighting in Oakland. You know, not taking on bigger challenges. I guess you can say his only biggest challenge to date post Super 6 is Chad Dawson. And he actually had Chad Dawson come down to 168. And if anything, I give props to Chad Dawson for coming down from 175 to 168 to meet Andre Ward. And that says a lot about Andre. Because if people are making you out to be some champion or some pound for pound champion on these mythological lists that they conjure up out of the fucking air, and you have all these people backing you, and you're this and you're that, and they have all this faith and shit in you, and you can't even fight outside of your weight class, and all you're gonna say is they need to come to me, you know, they might as well just hand Andre Ward a bigger shovel, because he's only digging the hole deeper and deeper every time he opens his mouth. I mean, yes, given Mayweather does have a gift for gab, and he does talk a lot, and he does need to shut up at times, but what needed to be said was said to a certain degree, but maybe a little too much was said on Mayweather's part. You know, he does have a point. You know, being a gold medalist gives you certain rights in the boxing world, as we know. Fighters like De La Hoya, you know, fighters like Sugar Ray Leonard, you know, gold medalists in the Olympics, turned out to be fantastic boxers. Well, maybe not so much De La Hoya, but have a large fan base, you know, Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Famers. You know, there's no denying that at all. You know, making big money, great money, you know, however they ended their careers, whether on losses or wins, you know, that's how it all went down. That's how the story was wrote. You know, I really fear that at the end of the day, Andre Ward isn't going to be one of those champions. I know. I'm assuming he hasn't, because his career hasn't ended yet. But yeah, but you can't really go on anything yet if all you're doing is sitting on the sidelines and talking, you know, and you're not calling out any names or trying to make any big fights happen. It's like he's letting his managers and his handlers do all the work for him. You know, closed mouths don't get fed. And that's one thing that Mayweather's doing, is that he's not closing his mouth. So obviously he's living a life of luxury, you know, a life that Andre Ward probably wishes he is living, but he's not. So after what was said with Mayweather made his comment about Andre Ward responds to Mayweather, and he says, quote, "If Mayweather has a problem with me or something that I said, he can pick up the phone and we can talk it out like men," stated undefeated super middleweight king Andre Ward, who kept it short and sweet when responding to recent comments made about him by undefeated pound-for-pound king Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather took a number of shots at Ward, questioning, among other things, his ability to sell tickets outside of his hometown of Oakland, California. So now Andre Ward is like, he can pick up the phone and we can talk about it. Come on, bro. Really? This is your chance to get in as many shots at the number one pound-for-pound boxer in the world, and you're going to talk about, oh, he can just call me and we can talk about it. Yes, it's a classy move, but in boxing, there's no such thing as being classy unless you're, you know, at the weigh-ins or something and you're trying to, you know, be all upright and an upstanding citizen and make sure everything is fine between both fighters. You shake his hand and all that hogwash. Andre Ward should have taken multiple shots. There should have been a hashtag in this article labeled "shots fired." You know, straight up. You know, drop down, shots fired, you know, stuff like that. He has a chance to completely verbally annihilate Mayweather in order for people to get on board with Andre Ward. That kind of rhyme. So I just don't understand what the deal is. The guy is probably one of the most. It's like a pacifist, which would be. It's just kind of ironic, I guess. The dude beats people's asses for a living, but yet he won't pick a fight outside of the ring to only improve his image in his career. You know, I can understand maybe he's not that type of person, but if Andre Ward hopes to be some type of legendary boxer or captivate the crowd in other ways than who he's punching in front of him, he really needs to jump on this horse. He needs to get to it now, or else he's gonna be left. He's gonna be left behind. You know, I mean, there's only so many people at super middleweight that you can fight, and only so many people are gonna come down to you and want to fight you at 168. There's got to be some traveling being made here, and if he ain't willing, you know, to step up his game and fight some big names outside of his weight class and outside of Oakland, then I'm afraid that the pack is gonna just keep on running, and he's gonna be that striker left behind to die somewhere in some secluded area. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. I mean, I believe Andre Ward has vast potential to become a great boxer, but he's just not showing it right now. You know, how long has it been since the Super 6? Like almost 2 years, something like that. And the dudes ain't made no moves yet, other than beating Chad Dawson. He ain't called out Bernard. He could have called out the winner out of Bernard Hopkins and Tavares Cloud. He could have said, "Yeah, I'm interested in the winner of Bernard Hopkins, Tavares Cloud." Boom. Just on word of mouth. Bernard Hopkins would have loved to come down to 168 or met somewhere at a catchweight or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I consider 168 a catchweight as it is. I mean, damn, Andre Ward, he's not that big of a guy. You know? I mean, I can understand him not wanting to go to light heavyweight because he's probably too tiny to fight with guys who probably cut from cruiserweight down to light heavyweight. And Andre Ward doesn't want to go down to 160 because of, I don't know, there's good fights at 160. Why aren't you trying to get a fight with Sergio Martinez or something like that? I know Sergio probably walks around at 180, and there's really no excuse for him not to be at 168. But you know, the same thing can be said about both parties. You know, someone has to make that jump, someone has to make that risk, someone has to make shit happen. And Andre Ward ain't making nothing happen. He ain't making no type of moves or anything. I'm very disappointed with the guy. You know, but I'm eager what you guys have to hear, what you guys have to say about this ordeal and the events that have recently unfolded. Like, comment, subscribe. As I always say, if you like what you hear, if anything else you need to know about, as far as if you want to have a boxing conversation with me in the comments or in the private messages, you know, feel free to send me a message, whatever. We can go back and forth for a minute. But yeah, that's about it for this. You know, I'm just reading the comments here at the bottom. But yeah, everyone take it easy. If anything else happens to roll out between now and tomorrow or whenever, I'll make sure to let you guys know. But until then, this is Daily SR signing out. Y'all take it easy. Peace.